Ben 10 Race Against Time is a semi-forgotten entry in the Ben 10 franchise. It's a live-action movie meant to cap off the classic series and lead into Alien Force, until it gets retconned. Now, I think the general consensus is that this movie is bad, but I think it's really not that terrible for a TV movie from 2007. Its faults lie in the overcomplicated plot. I mean, the movie's villain Eon has time travel powers, and it's bound to get confusing. The film's strengths lie in its faithfulness to the show. The characters are translated pretty well in live action while standing alone as their own interpretations. The aliens and special effects look dated for sure, but again, honestly, for a 2007 TV movie, not too bad. Plus, we get this gray matter image. Everybody loves this. I'm pretty thankful we got 4 transformations. The worst case scenario would have been having one alien show up at the end or something. At the end of the day, this could have been a lot worse. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean it's good or it holds up, but it's a fun time capsule. I'm glad it exists, but I won't be rewatching it anytime soon.
Unfortunately for us, so unfortunately for you guys, we watched Ben 10 Race Against Time.
You know, it's not as bad as I remembered.
Brother, it's worse than I remembered.
It's very much cartoony, you know?
Yes. Even the music behind it was this
yeah.
is Spy Kids, but like Spy Kids 4.
Yeah, no, it's like, and it's got some of that pop punk feel for some reason. It's like that 2000s kind of sound.
The opening thing was like a punk rock cover of it.
It's they were trying to do like a Pokemon thing where it's like, we're going to take a existing opening that we have and make it like cool and modern, and it's going to be like a nice pop hit, but this is like, and there's been stuff like this where it works, but I don't think pop punk fits for that intro.
Live action Fairly Odd Parents worked with Drake Bell.
I wish you had the atomic runs.
No, it did not.
It worked a lot better than this, I'll tell you that much.
There's some Fairly Odd Parents crossover here. Did you notice that? Darren Norris is the guy who plays Cosmo, and he played Diamond Head in this.
Gym class is in session.
Oh.
And I forget the guy's name. I'll put it on screen, but he plays Denzel Crocker, and he also played Gray Matter.
Dirty face. Awesome!
I hated all the aliens. They were butt ugly aliens. I didn't like them, dude. They just
great
stuff
reference
of
there.
nightmares.
Butt ugly aliens.
Yeah.
I think they could have been a lot worse.
Also, Ben just straight up admitted that he thought he killed somebody, and he was completely okay with it.
Yeah, we knew he was a murderer. We've been knowing, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've been 10 knowing, right?
Yeah, Ben 10 knowing.
That is dramatic in the first scene of the whole thing. Like, he scorches someone to death. It's not even like, oh, he disappeared in the cloud of mist. Like, Ben thinks he scorched a man to where there was no remains left.
Yeah. Eon. Yeah, his little minions, they looked and felt and gave off Power Ranger vibes.
I love how they were always jumping off some building.
Yes.
They're always like, their cape's always flowing.
100%.
You can never see their face, but they're jumping and doing a flip. You know what I mean?
When they go and get into the new plumber base, right? There's a guy right above them that runs away to tell Eon. And it's like, y'all didn't see this guy 2 feet above your head?
And it's like always shot from like a low angle. And he's like, I'm sure if you go back and rewatch it, you could probably find like where they just reused some of those clips, because there were so many clips of them jumping down off something at night, and it like their clothes billowy down.
The plumbers were disappointing. I get it. It's supposed to be their old and retired stuff, but the guns looked awful. This whole show, I'm telling you, I was messaging you. It was so painful to watch this.
I didn't think, for a $5 million TV movie,
they spent $5 million on that?
Yeah, $5 million is super low.
Is it?
For something like this, it's like super adventurous to do this for $5 million.
Then they shouldn't have done it. Spend $5 million on a good animated movie of it.
Yeah, that would have been ideal, right?
Yeah.
But I think live action, for something about Ben 10, I feel like lends itself to a bigger
you
property.
Want more from it.
Yeah.
But then when you show us more, no. We'll take that back. We'll say no to
There
more.
was a couple Cartoon Network live action movies before. No, there was one before this.
Yeah.
It was the one where the guy got the little kid got like an animator's brain put in his brain. You remember that? It was called I think it's called Reanimated.
Interesting.
And it's about like this animator gives his brain to a child in like a transfusion or something like that. And so essentially he sees like little animated critters walking around, kind of like Black Noir in The Boys.
Oh, really? Oh, that does sound familiar now you're saying.
Has anyone made that comparison? Like, the characters kind of look like the Bucky Beavers characters too.
You'll have to show me after we're done. Because I really want to see that now.
And then there was the Scooby-Doo movies. I think this blows the Scooby-Doo, like the Mystery Begins or whatever it's called. That blows it like way out of the water.
No.
That movie's
If you're sitting there trying to tell me that the one played by Robbie Amell as Fred is worse than this, you're psychotic. This movie was bad, Hopper. When was the last time you watched the Scooby-Doo one?
It's a fine TV movie. I haven't seen the Scooby-Doo one since it came out.
That's what I'm saying.
2010 or whatever.
And that's why I'm going to be even more harsh on this if you try to say that movie is worse than this one, because that's just no way in hell.
We can agree on one thing. This is better by leagues than the Alien Storm movie. Alien Swarm.
Aliens. Was it the Benton? I never watched that. You said I have to, and now I'm scared to.
You'll have to watch it when we cover Alien Force.
No, we don't.
No, we have to. It's part of the canon. It's,
Isn't that when they try to give away Kevin's car?
Kevin's car.
Yeah,
wasn't that the same
in real life. Yeah, there was and I think someone has it. Like there was a Reddit post a long time ago. It's like, I found Kevin's car in real life.
I'm pretty sure I had that movie like DVR'd, and then I'm pretty sure my freaking stepdad deleted it to save like storage wars or something. So, because I remember it being a whole deal, but I do not remember that movie at all. So I don't think I watched it.
It's that movie is very much dark, and there's only like 2 transformations maybe.
Yeah.
And you get nanomech, but like that's a new alien in that, and like who cares? It's like a weird little guy. But you got Humongousaur and Big Chill. Whereas this one, at least you get Swampfire. You get Heat Blast, Diamond Head, Wild Mutt, and Gray Matter.
Yeah.
Along with Eon, technically, if you wanted to say that.
I hate that even became a thing.
Yeah, because he's technically a different race of it. Yeah. He's a
even though he's humanoid.
Yeah. And that actually blows. We've been talking a lot about the age of Ben 10's alien transformations. This guy's just a full like 30-year-old dude.
Yeah.
So
with all of his previous memories and stuff.
Yeah, and it's like, you're right.
And that was weird too. He was like, "There's a reason you can only do it for 10 minutes. It's so that the alien doesn't take over you." And it's like, what? No. The reason is because he doesn't know how to use the Omnitrix.
We see like Ben 10,000 has it like uses it for as much as he's essentially always accelerates.
Yeah, that's terrible reasoning. Bad writing.
There is something along with that in Omniverse where Azimuth tells Ben like you can't be the same alien too many times in a row, or you'll start to really like your DNA will get like inseparably bonded from it or something.
See, I can believe that.
Yeah.
Like if you continuously transform into one, your DNA might get mangled.
My name is Will, and this is the Binge Warmers. We've watched every single episode of Ben 10 Classic. What's your name?
My name? I forget.
Chicka.
My name is Steven. I am also the Binge Warmers.
Yeah. Sorry, I was like, just kind of took that over.
Yeah, you did. I was just like,
pause for
okay,
you.
I'll just sit here.
We watched every single episode of Ben 10 Classic. It's in the corner for you.
We're wrapping up.
Yeah, we're wrapping it up. But this is quintessential Ben 10, honestly. Like, this was supposed to be canon. Mm-hmm. The Race Against Time.
Which the rust bucket does blow up in this one. So that could count as the rust bucket, too.
I could see that's supposed to be, yeah. And this was canon up until the Ultimate Alien episode with Eon and Paradox, where Paradox basically says, yeah, there's an alternate timeline where Eon is like a different race of critter, and he comes to Earth to, he's more tied into the Omnitrix's backstory.
Oh, so they decanonized it.
They decanonized it. Even though at the end of this, they try really hard to be like, this is into Alien Force, because I think...
They just say, it's about time to take that watch off.
Yeah. Grandpa Max is like, let's give that a rest for a while. Yeah. And then the rust bucket blows up, and then... there's a couple, like...
But why do you give it up? Because here's the thing. It's like Spider-Man or like Superman or something. Yeah. Crime doesn't happen because you stop being the hero. You know what I mean? It still happens. So now it's... Like, it's the great power comes great responsibility. It's now partly your fault that this stuff is happening because you have the ability to stop it, and you didn't do that.
There's a lot of Spider-Man in this, honestly. Like, just him kind of, like, struggling with his identity, and he feels like he's not cool. Like, he even tells Grandpa Max, he's like, if my parents or the bullies at school knew that I was Ben 10, or if I had these... They don't call him Ben 10 yet.
Yeah.
But if they knew I had the Omnitrix and I was all these different aliens... then they would like me better. And Grandpa Max is like, you think so? And he goes, yeah, I do. And he goes, well, you may be right.
Yeah, I know. I love that because I'm like, no, they would. It wouldn't be a real like, but they would like him more.
Did you like Graham Phillips as Ben?
Oh yeah, he was fine.
Yeah. What about Lee Majors as Grandpa Max?
Oh yeah, I like the cast they picked for those three. Their acting was bad.
Yeah, Haley Ram and Ben, Graham Phillips as Ben, they were both sorta green.
Yeah.
Graham Phillips has done a lot of stuff since. He's in this great movie called like Goat Man or something. I'll throw it up if I get it wrong, but it's like a kind of an indie project. He's really good in it though.
Yeah. You can tell too, like she was giving that whole speech to bring him back to our side, and I was just like, this is bad.
She rehearsed that pretty hard, huh?
But you're still my ferret-faced, hammer-headed cousin.
They were probably super young kids.
You know,
as far as kids go, they're fine.
You say that because the problem is when we've been rewatching this whole series, it ages really well.
It does, yeah.
It's so good still, mid-20s to like this show. This did not age well. So when you're watching it, it definitely is a movie that you watched as a 10-year-old and thought, wow, this is the coolest thing
so
ever.
cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You come back 5 years later, it's bad.
I think a lot of my problems with this come from how contrived it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's like this whole subplot about how the Omnitrix was meant to go to Ben, and Eon came to Earth, and that's why the plumber started. But then Eon has always been looking for Ben.
Yeah.
It just didn't really.
Yeah, the whole
hit
Eon
for me.
subplot or the whole Eon plot just did not make sense. It was all over the place.
Also, can we talk about Eon? What's his powers?
Whatever he needs him to do, he can take. I saw when he started taking over the cars and he was doing
Sometimes
this,
he
I was
drives
like,
a car.
oh, come on, what's going on here? A time man can now just make cars move?
I guess if you freeze and unfreeze the time of the steering wheel enough,
Yeah, shut
go.
up.
No, he actually has energy manipulation. I looked it up. It's in part of the pop-ups.
Gotcha.
But it's really funny. I think I was looking at my phone like while that was going on. And I'm like, oh, he's riding his bike, and I'm like, is someone chasing him in the cars? Did Eon
Yeah.
get in the car and chase him?
Yeah.
And then it showed the purple magic like driving the car. I started laughing really
Yeah,
hard.
that's what I was just like, bro. Please
Well,
stop.
Sometimes he can open up a portal to a Halo 2 cutscene.
Yes.
You know.
God, those ships, man. Oh my goodness.
Um,
Then they were like, yeah, last time we tried shutting it down, we created the Grand Canyon. He's like, I
was that?
personally was
Did
the
it-
cause of the quake of 89. And it's like, and then Grandpa Max is just like, no, I'm going to shut it down like this. And it's like, you guys
Yeah.
just admitted you couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
You just said that.
Well, another pop-up trivia fact. I'll go through a bunch of the pop-ups later, just so we can answer some questions if we've got them.
Yeah.
But the Hands of Armageddon, Eon's like, Doom machine. It needed to be activated by a young, hot Cronian, a young twink Cronian.
Okay.
What?
I was like, just listening to you, and then you said hot, and I was like, what?
He's attractive.
Okay.
Eon.
Not relevant.
Sometimes he ages up pretty bad, and he looks like a sort of a young man wearing old man makeup.
Objection, Your Honor. Relevancy.
Overruled.
Sustained.
He's hot as. No, anyway, but yeah, so he has to activate it as a young. I guess Eon's. Every time he time travels, he gets a little older and without.
But they said he was trapped the whole time. How is he time traveling?
I don't know, dude.
He said he's
Again,
hopping through time. The plumber said he's been in prison for 200 years.
They said he froze him, and they also said they experimented on aliens, which I don't like.
Yeah,
That's like
they just
Forever Night
straight up
stuff.
said that. I was
like,
just like, okay.
So Max, you said the outside. You said the inside thought outside. You know
Yeah,
what I
he
mean?
goes, oh, we were doing experiments on aliens here. Not okay.
That's not what the Max I know would never do experiments on
and
aliens.
then at the end, Grandpa Max goes, you think that the threats were over, but aliens are a dedicated species, or dedicated race. And I was like, what are you saying right now? Aliens are the multi-space species. There's
You've
not
had
just
sex
one-
with like 6 of them, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's not one alien. It's just, the racism, the xenophobia is shining through with
He's
Grandpa
like,
Max.
them sludge puppies are a dedicated
Yeah,
breed.
dude,
Huh?
that's what I'm saying. He goes, aliens are a dedicated breed. And I was like, what does that even mean?
That was supposed to be a Vilgax ship at the end that zooms into the camera.
Oh, really?
Like a Vilgax
That's
drone,
not what
I
I
think.
got from him.
What'd you
I
get?
don't, I
A
don't
butt
know.
plug?
I just saw it and I was like, okay, I don't know what the that alien ship is.
So we kind of touched on the plumbers, the kind of kooky background character plumbers. Robert Picardo is one of them from Star Trek and
X-Men?
Gremlins 2.
Oh. You said Picardo, and I thought Picard.
That's Star Trek too, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
Oh, that's why you
that's
said X-Men.
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
You said Picardo, and I was like, this is wrong, but I'm gonna guess it.
You're like, it's not a bad guess, is it?
It's
Yeah, it's an educated guess at some point.
I don't know why you looked at me like I was gonna know Gremlins too. I hate that show.
No, yeah. What?
Hate's a strong word.
Yeah,
I
you've
don't
never
care.
seen
I don't
it.
care to watch it.
I've never seen it. He gets seduced by the female gremlin in the second movie. He's like the security guard of the building.
Is the female Gremlin attractive?
Oh, yeah.
you
When I was younger, I dead ass thought she looked like Nicki Minaj.
No.
Throw it up on screen. Throw the comparison up on screen.
No shot, dude.
Anyway, but Robert Picardo, he's the principal guy. He's the one that's like rifling through his keys.
Yes.
He's like kind of an experienced actor, so it's fun to have him here. The lady, I think her name is Doris. She was on Scrubs for a number of years. She was like a background character in
Yeah.
Scrubs, so I recognized her. And she kept going like, Ed! Like they had like this little back and forth.
Yes, dude.
I love when they're trying to open up the...
To your right. To your right.
Now that stuff was kind of fun, right? That was good
Yes.
stuff. You didn't like the Asian guy, and he was like sipping his coffee.
Is he not
while...
okay? I was gonna look it up. You could look me up, back me up or whatever. Is he not the grandpa uncle guy from My Adventures with Jackie Chan?
I don't know.
Chan Adventures. He sounded just like the grandpa uncle.
I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, I don't know why it said like that.
I like him.
Yeah, no, he was
probably the best part of the movie.
I honestly enjoyed the background plumbers like so much in this. Like
Yeah.
that's a redeeming quality for me. It's like
Yeah.
they're kind of funny, you know.
Yeah. Did you hear the Wilhelm scream?
Oh, of course I heard the Wilhelm.
I heard
scream.
that. I said, Wilhelm. You just need the clanging pipe.
Yeah, I'm sure it was in here somewhere. If I looked hard enough, I bet I could find it. Okay, what about the aliens in this? How about the Benton
Bad.
aliens?
Negative 10 out of 10.
Aw, Heat Blast is pretty cringy, huh?
Diamond Head is. They are all bad. There is not a single one that's good.
I kind of liked Gray Matter.
Gray Matter was the stuff of nightmares, dude.
I kind of
And his voice was awful.
Did you like the transformation at least?
No, I didn't like any of. Bro, I'm telling you.
The transformation sequence is like famous because of how like kind of uncanny it looks.
It's like the animal people.
Animorphs.
Animorphs. That's what it felt like.
It's I think it's okay for what it is. Like in Gray Matter, I think it's a new interpretation of Gray Matter, which is like, hey, I'm gonna go here, red to blue.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I thought that was fine. I didn't love how Heat Blast was like, well, and he didn't sound anything like him. He's just kind of like, oh, well, you're the bad guy, I'm the good guy. All right, we talk a little bit.
Yeah, Ben doesn't say
you.
this kind of stuff. I was actually thinking that when I was listening to it, I was like, okay, but Ben doesn't talk like this.
Yeah, Ben.
You know?
Yeah, well, Ben has some dumb deliveries.
Yeah.
He'll say some stupid lines, but like, he's not gonna be like cliched like that. It was pretty cliched, wasn't it? It was kind of like a, granted, TV movie from 2007. So I understand it's not Shakespeare or whatever. Diamond Head, I thought was interesting. He was a little too green. He could have been more blue.
He didn't make the clinking sound, and I really got upset by that.
He was okay. The voice actor for that guy, he was fine. Darren Norris, from Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents.
Also, he was sitting in like a bathroom, a girl's bathroom.
Yeah.
That bathroom was disgusting.
Yeah, girls
like
are disgusting.
really disgusting. Like it hadn't been touched in 10 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was just like, come on, man. It's a little nitpicky review. I was like, clean up the stalls. Ain't no way a public school restroom looks like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, you know, you never know. Maybe Bellwood High or whatever it is, Madison Elementary or something.
I don't know.
I think that's Madison Elementary. Maybe it's just really, crappy. Maybe it's terrible. Maybe it's bad.
No.
Where do you think this takes place? What region of the country would you say this takes place?
Utah.
Utah?
Yeah, Utah or Nevada.
I felt like there was a lot of southern stuff going on. Like Lee Majors was doing kind of a southern twang on Grandpa.
Ben, you need my keys.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the plumbers were kind of doing like a southern
So you're
twang.
thinking like Florida maybe?
I was doing like Georgia, like Arkansas.
Something like that. Yeah.
Somewhere in that geolocation.
Yeah, like South Carolina maybe.
Could be. For sure.
Could be.
What other Wild Mutt? How about Wild Mutt?
No.
Yeah, he looked pretty bad.
God, dude.
There was a point where the CG was really slow, and I think what happened was they slowed Eon down because Eon's doing like a flip, but he's like doing it super slow. But then Wild Mutt's like slowly swinging to grab Gwen.
Yeah.
Also, he grabbed Gwen and used her like as a weapon, like a baseball bat.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
It was, yeah, I kind of related to it. I was like, okay, we'll accept that.
It's dumb, but like it's really it caught me off guard. I was
Yeah.
laughing pretty hard at that. I forgot that was in the movie. The only thing I remembered from this movie, Wild Mutt was really weird. First of all, did you like the whole talent show bit where he's like, "Hey, he's bad now"?
No, and also I didn't like the cuties before that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Bellwood Sweeties or whatever.
Yeah, I
they
was
were
just like, well,
called.
this is just cuties before the cuties happened.
The Wild Mutt was okay. The fur was okay. The mouth looked a
The
little
mouth
unhinged.
was, and it was so round. It was like a circle.
Yeah, and he was like on ADD meds. Like he couldn't like focus. He was just like.
Yeah, like it's almost like their aliens took on a completely different personality than Ben.
Yeah,
You know?
Makes sense with Gray Matter because he's got so much brain. But with like Diamond Head and Heat Blast, you would want them to act more like Ben.
Same with Wild Mutt too. You know.
Yeah. Here's a question for you: why didn't they just get the same actors back, the same voice actors back?
I don't know. They're in house.
Yeah, I mean,
You're also spending $5 million, and you underpay voice actors. It's not like they're not in the budget.
I wonder who knew a Fairly Odd Parents casting manager in the department because. It's crazy to me that two of those voice actors got in there, but like none of the original cast got in.
Yeah.
That's not true. D. Bradley Baker does Wild Mutt.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw that on the.
You pretty much have to do that because he's the only person that can make those kind of noises. I
Yeah.
guess.
The parents.
Carl and Sandra, they finally have a personality. We get to see more of what they're about.
What's crazy too is they make hummus, and Ben's like grossed out by it. Hummus is amazing. It's delicious.
Well, we've tried Grandpa Max's food
And they
before.
had sushi on the table.
I saw
too.
that, yeah.
The whole spread looked really good. It was like a Mediterranean seafood type thing.
But what's wild is they are vegetarian. Like, they were like trying to stop him from eating cheese pizza later.
Yeah.
They're like, don't eat too much cheese, man.
Well, cheese is a vegan thing, not vegetarian.
Oh, you're right. So they could be they're more vegan-y then.
Yeah.
Okay. But
they had. I saw sushi on the table.
I did too. Yeah. Maybe they're pescatarians.
Yeah.
Episcopalians.
Yeah, something like that. Either way, the
Is that
spread
a
looked
religion?
good, and Ben was just like, "I'm leaving." I was like, "Bro, eat your food."
Eat your food, bruh. He wants them chili fries. You
Yeah.
know, or them burgers or whatever.
Ben can do whatever he wants in that house. First of all, by
Smoothies.
the way, he shows up at like 3 a.m. and they're like,
He's-
"Oh, you were practicing with Gwen?" That's
Yeah.
awesome."
Dude, I like that scene actually because he's like. He comes in and they're like, "Did we do something wrong?
Yeah.
Did we upset you?" And it's
He's
like, "You're the parents. Beat his
Sandra.
ass."
Sandra.
Yeah, she goes, "Don't call me mom. I'm Sandra. We're equals in this
Yeah.
house." That's pretty funny. That's a bit that I didn't think they were
That's
gonna
like
do.
our age, like Disney Channel kind of thing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
kinda, yeah.
That's that kind of humor.
It is kind
Or
of that
the
humor.
silly parents from Disney Channel. You know.
At least they're not like just typical boring like they were in Goodbye Good Riddance.
Yeah.
You know what I
Honestly, I would have rather the typical boring.
mean? Really?
Yeah, I like them more.
I kind of like when he's like, "You talking to me, ugly?" Like he joins in with the other
Yeah.
two to say that. But no, I think these two actually come back in Alien Force On. Like they're the parents from now on,
Oh, really?
and I think they have that same kind of personality of like we're doing like a equal.
Like they're
rights.
voice actors?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Like they come back.
She's
to
in a
voice-
few things too. I've seen her in other things.
Who else was in this? Anybody? Lee Majors, we mentioned, was $6 Million Man.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of a legacy pick, I guess. I liked him as Grandpa Max.
Yeah.
He was pretty good. The kid they picked to play JT looked like JT from the cartoon. Cash looked a little too white.
Yeah.
He was a little whitewashed. maybe.
Yeah.
Also, that head shape is hard to pull off, I guess.
It
in live
really
action.
is because they got him in like a weird half oval shape
Yeah.
bicycle helmet.
It's almost like
Kind of like
pointy or
accelerates head, you know, except more rounded on the
Yeah.
top.
What about Eon's helmet? Did you like that?
No,
Well, that was-
nothing about Eon I like. There's not a single thing about Eon that I like.
I just wish, like, I understand what they were going for, and I do like the idea of, like, this is an alien race of time traveling weirdos, and there's like
Yeah.
one that's sent out to like find a place for them to inhabit, and they're gonna bring a weird little machine and use it and bring everybody to the place. And all that. There was an alien invasion that just didn't feel good. It
No.
felt odd, you know.
Felt bad.
There was like they said that they were trying to bring people from his galaxy, but it was clearly like a different dimension kind of thing. So they just kind of phase into the plane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then Grandpa Max is gonna die for some reason.
Yeah. Why
But they're
not?
like, no, we can all shoulder it. They did like a
Guardians thing.
Guardians thing.
Yeah, that was kind of weird too. He's like, "Sorry, Ben, your parents are never gonna." So Ben gets turned into Eon at one point, and it's like a body swap thing.
Yeah.
So he's not really, which is not how the Omnitrix works. I don't
No.
think.
Well, he took off the limiter, so he could take over Ben's DNA.
But he like put his brain in Ben's body too.
Yeah, I don't understand that part
Yeah. I guess it's one of those weird Ghost Freak things where like I guess this could just happen.
because he touched it himself. He personally put his own DNA in there, maybe.
Yeah. I always thought that like Ben could turn into that kind of guy now. Like
Yeah.
it was like an unlocked transformation for him.
Yeah, I thought his colors were gonna change.
yeah,
from
like
purple to, like,
green.
Mhm.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, doesn't that happen?
That's
I feel
like
like that
a-
happened.
The Dr. Victor happened because Dr.
Yeah.
Victor's got purple lightning, but then he has Ben has green lightning as him. So
Yeah,
it would make sense. It's precedent.
yeah.
Grandpa Max eats squirrel jerky.
That doesn't sound bad.
No, I would eat squirrel jerky.
Yeah.
We picked for our taste test. We picked cricket antennae,
It was good.
and he also said something about cricket tongues or some tongue or
Yeah.
something. Spicy larva. He said a couple
Yeah,
things.
spicy larva, I think is what he was
But
gonna
he-
put it on the pizza.
Yeah. But he was eating cricket antennae and
Mm-hmm.
squirrel jerky. So we could have done squirrel jerky
Yeah,
for our taste test as well. I just
we could
didn't-
have probably found that too.
Do you like that this is not canon anymore?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of think it's interesting, but this means that we don't have a canon ending to Ben 10 Classic. Like it's
Yeah,
all
it's
just,
-10.
That's the ending, but we don't have like what happens when he comes home and gets
We don't
rid of the
need to know.
Omnitrix. You know.
We don't need it.
Well, I guess in Omniverse we kind of understand he is at least 11 when he takes it off, since
Yeah.
we see a bunch of 11-year-old adventures,
Yeah.
and it's largely rumored to be the feedback arc and stuff,
Oh,
which I don't
really?
think you know too much.
Nothing.
We won't spoil it too much for Steven then.
Yeah.
But there's a whole arc, and you can kind of, it's very emotional. You kind of can tell like how this might make him want to take the Omnitrix off. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna, in my head canon, at least we'll go with that.
Okay.
Shout out to Alex Winter. He's Constantine Jacobs as the security guard that's been killed.
Oh yeah.
He's the director of the movie.
Oh really?
You would know. Have you seen Bill and Ted? Have you seen that movie?
A long time ago.
He's the one that Keanu Reeves is not.
Oh, got you.
And I think it may be a little joke that he is, Keanu Reeves is Constantine, and I think he's like, let me call this character Constantine because Keanu Reeves is Constantine.
Got you.
I think that's the bit
Yeah.
that he's doing.
When they said Constantine, I was like, that's a wild name, and everyone else got like Billy Bob Joe, you know?
Yeah, Doris is one,
Yeah.
and then Constantine over here.
Yeah, I was
you
like,
know?
what?
But he did a pretty good job. Apparently, his kid loved Ben 10,
Gotcha.
and he said he would get yelled at by his kid because he was getting stuff wrong.
No way.
He's like, yeah, my kid's in it with me, so it's like a fun like father-son activity. We're getting to like double team.
Who was the
Ben
kid?
10. It's Alex Winter's kid. I don't know.
Some extra.
I don't. Probably, honestly.
Yeah.
What about there was like two extra set. There was like an extra set of bullies in this. Like there was a
Yeah, the two girls.
girls
They were
bullies
just so
being
mean.
to him.
Yeah.
And then Gwen was like, why did Gwen want to do the talent show at all? In the I guess Ben. Okay, that's
Well,
another
Gwen's
thing
an
too.
overachiever, so
Yeah.
she's gonna be in everything.
Gwen's in like the photo club or the,
Yeah.
the what is it called, the yearbook,
Mm-hmm.
and she's taking pictures.
She enhances the picture. She goes, not in this software.
Dude, I loved that. And Ben goes, "Whoa, it looks like you actually know what you're doing." And she
Yeah.
goes, "If you paid attention in school, you would too." That's advanced.
Yeah,
Keanu
that's a
Reeves
lie.
Matrix hacking.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Bad.
was really fun. I laughed at that a good bit, dude. Ben's like wanting to do this talent show to fit in, essentially.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he goes up to him and they're like, "What do you even do?" And he's like, "Can't you just give me something?"
Yeah. Honestly, if my parents told me I had to do a talent show and I couldn't think of a talent, I would be like, "You got any ideas?
What do you think I should do?
You know, give me the, you know, everyone does the volcano for a science experiment.
Yeah.
Find me that of talent and let me do it. You know?
The most basic, you
Yeah,
can just
yeah.
be singing, right, or dancing maybe.
Yeah, probably.
But then that's you can get found out pretty easily. If you're
Oh
not a
yeah,
good
if you
singer
can't
or
dance or
dancer.
sing, people know by the first note.
Also, Gwen doesn't do any magic at all,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm not surprised. But like, you know, say something about it. You know?
Yeah, because Max goes, "Go hide, Gwen," and I'm like, Gwen has not went and hid in 4 seasons of Ben 10.
He said, "Max, she's actually stronger than you at this point." I don't
Yeah,
know if
she
you know.
karate kicked a bird.
She broke that spear off on its head. you
Yeah,
know?
dude. Like,
She is strong enough to be used as a baseball bat, I guess.
I like that.
Yeah. But there is some explanation in the pop-up trivia. Since her family moved to a different part of Bellwood during the summer, Gwen is going to be in school now, and she has given up on her real magic in effort to try to get back to normal.
Dumb.
So that's also not canon from Alien Force because she's like a master at it. But,
Yeah.
granted, she's got anodite abilities in that
Mhm.
show. Ben's aliens get famous over the summer thanks to news reports. We see that with Wild Mutt and the diner. Also, they were saying something about make Wild Mutt your girlfriend or something, and then, you know, can it, JT?
Yeah.
There was a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
Like, I bet they said can it, JT 7 times in this movie.
7 times too many.
Yeah. Also, Ben, no one likes Ben.
No one.
Everyone hates Ben.
Literally everyone.
The bullies hate Ben. The girl bullies hate Ben.
The people hate Ben.
The Robert Picardo from Gremlins 2 hates Ben.
Right. He said I couldn't lose cover.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
be,
yeah.
You can be nice.
Well,
They're not gonna. He's a plumber.
I guess he threw a wadded up gum paper ball into
Yeah.
his face.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ben's Eon's powers over energy allow him to control the cars.
Stupid.
Gwen recognizes the diamond head crystals, even though everyone just thought it was broken glass.
Okay.
She waited outside
Okay.
the thing. The rust
I
bucket
don't know why
was-
that needed to be pop-up trivia.
I think they were probably reaching. They were like, "What can
Yeah.
we fill this with?"
Yeah.
You know? We need a different version of pop.
We don't need pop-up trivia at that point. If you're reaching for it, don't do it.
Let's see. The rust bucket was destroyed, and even Upgrade can't put it back together again.
Oh.
He totally could put it back together. bro.
Why are you saying that? You just be saying stuff. You know?
There's a theory out there that Upgrade can't permanently upgrade something. So it like
Pretty sure
upgrade.
we've seen that he has.
I was trying to think of an example. I can't think of one.
Yeah, me neither.
I know Jury Rig is like the alien that would upgrade stuff,
Yeah.
and you like actually upgrades it like without having to like morph with it or whatever.
Mhm.
I can't think of anything that actually Ship will make something, but he'll just be it for a second and then
Yeah.
he'll go away. We'll get to that when we get to Ship. Although Ben has stayed in alien form for over 10 minutes before, it's never been with the failsafe purposely turned off.
Oh.
Doesn't matter if it was purposely turned off or not.
No, if the failsafe is there, it's going to work every single time. That's why it's called a fail-safe.
Yeah.
You will only ever have 10 minutes, ever.
Here's another Gwen magic workaround. The weird energy fluctuations of the Hands of Armageddon made it impossible for Gwen to use her magic.
Oh. Because,
yeah. There must have been some magic tied into it. I don't know. It was purple or pink. It was kind of like that anodyne energy. The Hands of Armageddon need a full-power young Cronian to become activated.
Stupid.
Pretty dumb. The Hands' defense is dropped once it's powered on, making it easy to destroy. And
because that's when you need it to be most vulnerable.
When it's working.
Is when it's working.
Yeah.
Not when it's off.
What?
But, like when I turn this on and I need it to work, it's gonna be the weakest.
It's like your oven. Like you're trying to cook chicken in the oven, but then someone runs up with like 2 electrical wires and shoves it in your oven. And now it can just explode. You know?
Yeah.
That was a good example. Screw you. Stage manager was played by movie's writer Mitch Watson.
Okay.
Mitch, I would do another pass.
He was saying stuff, and I feel like he was just like, "I want lines.
No, it was
I want
funny.
lines."
I didn't like the lady who was overacting, like being the stage, like.
But he was
lady.
funny.
Yeah. She goes, okay. Like, she's doing a lot of that stuff, like the great Gwendini. Okay, where's she at? Like overacting, and then they cut to the guy, and she's like, go find her, and he's like, no, that is not my job.
Yeah, my job is to announce it. Okay, don't you put your shame on me.
He's like, I'm not going down a shame spiral.
Yeah, you're not gonna put me in a shame spiral. That is not my job.
Bro was actually funny as hell.
Yeah,
like, that's good.
I liked him. I was just like, man, he's coming at it.
And then the ships at the end of the movie are implied to belong to Vilgax.
Wow.
Good stuff.
Maybe show it for a little bit longer than a quarter of a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is Ben 10's Race Against Time, the blockbuster 2007 hit.
Boy, do I kind of regret watching it.
Yeah. I hate you for it.
Throw a rate in there, Steven. What do you rate it?
0.
No.
I'll give it a 2.
It'll probably be like a 3.
2.
I give it some credit because like it was Cartoon Network and it was 5 million and it was, they'd only done one live action thing before. They focus on the transformations like more than they could have. Mm-hmm. Like there's a world in which this was just one. Like we just saw Heat Blast at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in this show, I think the kid input from Alex Winter's kid probably helped with like, well, we need to have at least 3 or 4 aliens in there.
Oh, for sure.
Because that's how the episodes were. They would at least have 3 or 4 aliens in there because that's what we're watching for. You know? I would say there's a world in which this could be worse. There's a world in which this is Alien Swarm, and it's hard to see, and the aliens look terrible. And
the aliens still look terrible.
They still look terrible, but they look better than the Alien Swarm one.
I'll have to look because I just don't believe you.
You're gonna watch Alien Swarm and be like, vomit or something. You're not gonna like it at all.
I'm gonna vomit just because I have to watch another live action Ben 10.
But we're clamoring for a live action Ben 10.
Yeah,
like
one made
Hollywood
this
Studios.
decade, and by Hollywood.
Well, like a nice proper Warner Brothers Ben 10 thing.
What would you guys think of it? Leave your comments down below and let us know if you've watched it. If you watched it recently, what are your thoughts now compared to when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Let us know.
We will we'll be back next week for Destroy All Aliens. That's the CG animated movie that came much later. If you want to watch any of our Ben 10 classic reviews, they're on the right side of your screen right there. If you want to watch any of our movie reviews, they'll be on the left side of the screen. Also some TV shows thrown in there, why not? Subscribe in the middle, and we'll see you in the next time.
See ya.